All right, what are hammer-ons and pull-offs and how do you do them? Well, hammer-ons and pull-offs are a way to articulate or play notes with your fretting hand versus your picking hand. So I can play these two notes like this by plucking each one with my pick. Or I could pluck the first one and hammer on to the second one. Notice in that second note, I'm not actually plucking it with my right hand. The second note is sounding out by literally hammering down on the fretboard and smacking that string onto the fret or the fret wire. It's got a different sound than plucking. That's a bit more staccato. That's a bit smoother. It's a kind of legato. Pull-offs are the opposite. So I could pluck these two notes with my right hand, or I could pull off from the first to the second. Again, on the second note, I'm not plucking at all. It's coming from literally taking my finger here and pulling off, and almost as if I'm strumming the note with my left hand. Now, it's important that when you're hammering on, you don't just press your finger down quietly or slowly like you would if you were getting ready for your next pluck note. You really want to literally smack it on the string and smack that string against the fret wire. Get some velocity going. And when you're pulling off similarly, you don't just want to lift your finger off. You can get a note that way, especially if you have distortion on for electric guitar. But you get a more clean note if you literally pull off down and out. You want to go out a little bit so you don't smack the other strings if they happen to be open. You want to try your best to pull down and out, but you don't want to do this. You don't want to bend first. You want to just, as if you're, again, strumming with your fretting hand. Putting these together in different passages sounds smoother than individually picking each note. That's why that's called legato versus staccato. Same thing going the other way. You can, of course, also do hammer-ons and pull-offs from the open strings, so. And then pull-offs. Those aren't perfectly clean. I'm hitting that note by mistake. It's really hard to do that with the open strings. That's a little better. You could, of course, combine these as well and do hammer-on pull-off combinations. See there, I'm only picking the first note, hammering on and pulling off the other two. So there's a lot of different combinations of hammer-ons and pull-offs. Of course, you can only ever hammer-on going up and pull-off going down. That's just the laws of nature allowing you to do those two things. And at first, if you can't get them to sound out perfectly cleanly, that's normal, especially on an acoustic guitar or a clean electric guitar. Just try to get that velocity going and try to get that pull-off motion going. And there you go, hammer-ons and pull-offs.